to establish the correct foundation and stability for your body to move correctly. One of the things that you're trying to do when you hit these shots, and it'll be true with the driver and the irons with full swing, there's what we call controlling the low point of your swing. Every golf swing is a circle. It's an arc. It's going down, 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 down. Somewhere down here, it's going to reach its very lowest point, and then it's going to go up, 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 up. You have to control the location of that low point, and you want to put that low point in the same place with every swing. And that place is in front of the golf ball. It's not behind the golf ball. Because wherever your low point is where you're going to hit the ground. I don't want to hit the ground back behind the ball. So you're actually going to hit the ground just past the ball. Now with these little chip shots, it's not going to be as dramatic as I was exaggerating to illustrate the point. It can be a lot more of a sweep. But in order to put your low point in front of the ball, you have to do two things. One, you have to get your weight more on your left foot than your right. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm not getting my head over. I'm just kind of almost bumping my hip over a little bit. And you don't want a wide stance. You want a fairly narrow stance. And just feel like you have just a little bit of more sitting down into that left hip. So you want to sense that. That helps move that low point forward in your stance. There is a difference between this and this. So I'm still feeling some flatness on this foot. I'm not so far on my left foot that I'm losing my balance on the right foot. So it's just a little more weight on your left side for these chip shots. The second thing you're going to want to do is anytime the target is to my left, anytime you kind of turn to it, that's called opening your stance. So here I'm square. Now I'm kind of opening myself to the target. So for these short game shots, I'm not letting the club go with me. So my club, I'm going to hit the ball in this direction. So I'm just going to turn my stance, but I'm not going to let the turning of my stance twist my club on. It's still going to aim at my target. But I'm just going to have a little bit of openness here. The reason for that is one of the things that help you be consistent is to be able to get this right hip toward the target. So we're getting this left hip kind of out of the way. Makes the right hip easier to go down the line. Here, the left hip kind of gets in our way. We can't turn as much. So we're just going to, and it's very small and subtle. It's not real drastic. So just a little bit. Just a small amount. That's all we're talking about. And then the third thing I want you doing is you want to have what we call a shaft lean. You want the hands slightly in front of the ball. As this club goes down, 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 it stops going down as soon as it passes underneath the butt end of the handle. Now it's going to go back up. If I put the butt end of the handle in front of the ball, I know my low point is in front of the ball. So I'm going to put the butt end of the handle in front of the golf ball. Let me do that for the camera. So instead of having a vertical shaft here with the butt end of the handle here, which puts the low point on the ball, I want the low point to be in front of the ball. So I'm going to see a shaft lean. I'm also going to see almost a straight line from my left arm and the shaft. I'm not going to have this angle here like this. It's going to be like a straight line. This becomes the radius of my golf circle. Starting from up here, the radius of the golf circle is a straight line and stable arc. So feet are close together. Also, when you hit short game shots, there's a lot of little pieces of this. You choke down a little bit. You don't. Gripping the club at the very end of the handle is a power fundamental. We don't need power for these shots. We want all the control and consistency fundamentals incorporated. And that means we choke down a little bit. That gives us a little bit of control of the club. We don't grip it at the full end. So we're choking down, feet are close together, weight's a little more on the left, and we're slightly open. And by moving our weight to the left, it almost carries our hands a little in front automatically. You don't have to do a dramatic thought about it. It almost makes your hands go a little bit to the left. Okay? That's your setup. That's the one position. Now, I want to focus on what we're going to call this the 2 position, where you just take it to 2, and we're going to call this the 8 position for chipping. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 8. So what I want us to do is a couple of practice. My 8 is my Y that's not broken. So we don't want to go 1, 2, and this, where we cup, that we call cupping the back of the left hand. We want to swing our both hands, let the back of your left hand keep going through. So we're really swinging the handle, not just the club head. We're not just swinging the club head, we're actually swinging the handle through. Okay, so let me see you swing that back and forth a few times. Okay, and hold your finish so I can kind of walk through here. Do that one more time and hold it. And I'm going to, good. What we want to avoid is this little cup like this. Okay. So you want to finish like this and not like this. Okay. Okay, try that one more time. It's almost kind of hit my palm with the back of your left hand. So swing your left hand into my hand. There you go. But if you stop the left hand and let the right hand keep going, that's when this happens. So keep this moving. Yeah, yeah. So down just a little bit more. Okay, see that? Very good. Get your feet just a little closer together. I had you widen them on the putty on the technique. So your mind is on the technique. Don't let the ball distract you so much that you forget what you're working on. So hold that finish and almost confirm that you had the hands where you wanted them. Find a spot for your hands to get to. That's your target. Your target is not that. That's perfect. Good. Good. Very nice. All right, y'all are advanced enough now. I can actually go to another piece that I didn't know I was going to do today, but I'm just so excited how y'all are doing. All right, we're going to add another movement. This was 1 to 2, which really didn't have much action in the hands, any wrist breaking. It was kind of 2, it was almost a putting stroke, just a big putting stroke. Now, I want you to take it back to 2 and then hinge it up so the club is parallel to the ground. So now we're going to go, what I want now. So I want your hands on top, like that. There. I want you to remember what that feels like. Get our hands more on top of the club, like that. Okay, good. What I'm getting ready to cover right now may be the most important thing that you learned today. If you forget everything but remember this, you will have done great. You will get this answer wrong when I ask this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You've already going to answer it correctly because you're going to not do the obvious answer, you're going to do the unobvious answer. My wrists are multi-directional joints. I can bend my wrist up and down, and I can bend my wrist back and forth. Which way should the wrist move in golf? That's correct. It's not back and forth. Even though logic would say, well, that's the direction I want to hit it. What do you mean up and down? I got to hit a ball that way if I'm doing this. You just don't bend them up and down at this location in the swing. You bend them up and down on this side of your body. The backswing. Up and down. So first of all, feel wrist go up and down what's in front of you. Just kind of feel that hinging action. You want to be able to hinge your wrist up and down. That's where the power is. We're going to turn, as we start to come down with that power, we're going to be turning towards the ball and then deliver that chopping action into the ball. So this little up and down move of chipping now, of here and here, it's a soft, subtle upward hinge right there. It's not this, but it's up. The toe of the club is going to feel like it's going up. But the first part of the work is the backswing. Getting into a really good position here. Notice when I'm here, I've got the handle pointing kind of at my target. It's kind of going right up to my camera there. Everybody go to here and stop. You look good. 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 So the toe is up. Now I don't have my arm way out here. It's kind of in close. The right arm is folded at my elbow. The left arm, though, is straight. Left arm is straight. Very good. Left arm is straight and the right arm folds. Good. I'm going to go through all three of you individually and adjust your grip. The number one in fundamental in golf is putting the heel of your left hand on top of the handle. It's not to the side. I don't have the handle in my lifeline like that. I have the handle in my fingers, and I'm going to set that heel on top. Golf swings require leverages. Leverages require fulcrums. If there were 100 fundamentals in a golf swing, this is number one.
Another feature of the left hand is that it is rotated to the right, so the thumb is not on top of the handle, but actually to the side of the handle. And the crease between your thumb and first finger is kind of pointing to your back shoulder. You should be able to see a couple of knuckles of your back of your hand.
Watch this, Mama. Hold it now, hold it. Very good. All right. We're going to have that little wrist hinge prior to the hip, but we still want to have, I still want you to have that same finish on this side that you had with the other one. So I want, now it's important that this is, how you look here is still important. And I do not want right now a rolling and rehinging. So we're just going to go hinge and hold. So a while ago you did no hinge and a hold, no hinge and a hold, and the hold looked like this. It wasn't this, but it was a non-rehinge. Now you're going to have a hinge and hold. Hinge and hold. But I still want this hold position. So you're going to hinge and hold. Hinge and hold. Hinge and hold. But I want a little bit more dynamic strike. Good. Good. Very good. Flex your knees just a little bit and have that weight on that left side. That'll make it easier to hit the ground. Very good. What we just did here is not only is it the beginning of hitting pitch and chip shots, it's also the beginning of hitting full swing shots, because that grip will be used for everything.